I understand not a lot of you who are subbed to my channel or just viewing this may be fans of Pokemon, but chances are if you're looking at this video, at least you have some interest of what's going on. And there's some pretty big news as far as Pokemon XY is concerned. What they're actually going to be doing with the news version of Pokemon X and Y, they've announced that they're doing this whole setup with the Pokebank, which is going to be an external application that you can download. It's going to have an annual fee, which is going to be interesting because Nintendo's really never done anything as far as this is concerned. I mean, they've had the Pokemon Ranch and stuff like that, but that's more games. The whole point of this is going to be storage, to where you can go ahead and you'll have over 100 different boxes to go ahead and save to. So it's going to be, from what they say, about 3,000 different Pokemon, or Pokemon in total, that you can go ahead and have stored. And it's what they're going to try and do in conjunction with another software they've announced known as Poke Transfer, to go ahead and take Pokemon from previous versions that were on the DSi, or just the DSi, same thing, to go ahead and transfer Pokemon from Pokemon White, Pokemon Black, Pokemon White 2, Pokemon Black 2 to that Pokebank, and then from there go ahead and bring them into Pokemon XY. Now, whether you need the bank to also go ahead and transfer from the previous version straight into that, they kind of sidestepped that. They just said you can go ahead and put them into the bank, but they never said that you would need the Poke Transfer and the Poke Bank to get those newer Pokemon into Pokemon XY. Which is great for me because, as I've made in a previous Pokemon video, I have my specific team that I have set up, which I would really like to bring into Pokemon XY. But that also begs the question, how soon are we going to be able to get our Pokemon that we want from our previous versions into the game to kind of play from there? Are we going to have to go through more than half of the game before we can start doing transfers, like it was for Pokemon White and Pokemon Black? Or are you going to be able to get them much sooner? I mean, if we can get them right off the bat, that'd be cool, but then a lot of people argue then you're kind of just missing out on the fun of testing out all the new Pokemon that are available, which is true. I would like to try and maybe swap out some party members. There's no way in hell Snorlax is getting transferred out for anybody. It's not happening, but for anything else, it would be nice to try out some of the other new Pokemon and kind of go from there. And I have no real big issue with the annual fee as long as it's reasonable. And it's also really cool because then over time you have this new way of not only transferring your Pokemon, but also saving them over from generation to generation to generation. So down the line you have a much easier way of bringing any of your previous Pokemon into one of the newer games, kind of just go from there. And they went, on a trip down memory lane, and they showed off the different ways and what kind of led up to this technology. They were talking about the transfer cables going from the much older Game Boy systems to the Game Boy Advance, all the way up to the DS with its ability to go wireless, and that's where they got the concept for this new Pokebank that they're going to be going with. And it's a logical progression. I can definitely see why they would want to go this way. I can even see why they want to charge for such a service, because it goes based off the whole cloud, which is really big as far as a lot of video game tech is concerned. It's kind of all what everybody's going for. They also announced that not only do you have your 3 new starters for this new region, but you also have the ability to get the original 3 starters. So you get Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, in addition to the other 3 starters you're going to be getting, the newer starters you're going to be getting. Not only that, but they also announced that the original 3 starters are also going to have Mega Evolutions, which is a little crazy. I mean, you can go ahead and see Mega Charizard becomes this crazy looking dragon with even more spikes coming off of him. Mega Blastoise has even more cannons coming off, just blasting water. Mega Venusaur hasn't really changed much. They kind of just put another flower on the head and said, yeah, that's good enough, let's go with that. So yeah, now you can go ahead and Digivolve, Mega Evolution your starters into these newer forms, which is interesting. I wonder what other kind of new Mega Evolutions are going to come up with besides the ones they revealed as far as Mega Absol, Mega Mewtwo, and so on. You got to figure they're probably going to be coming up even more than just what they've shown, but I guess that's something we're all going to see going forward. Not only that, and it's kind of sad because I probably would have went with this too if I would have known sooner, although I should have known. It's a new Pokemon. They almost always come out with like a new special DS. they've announced a special edition Pokemon X and Y, Blue and Red, 3DS XL, which I'm okay with mine. I already have my red 3DS XL, but I guess if I would have seen that coming, I probably would have waited, but I really wanted to play Monster Hunter 3. So it's no big deal. But that really about does it for a lot of the newest news as far as Pokemon XY is concerned. I just felt really excited about it. I decided to kind of share that information for anybody who might not know, and hopefully it helps you, stay excited for it as well. Can't wait till the release, and until next time.